messes with his audio?
Yeah,
I guess so.
Okay, so last we left off, you guys had discovered the location of the Vault of Dragons, gone there to sort of just take a gander at it. It looked like it had been... It was hard to tell. There were guards, several of them, 4 or 5, inside the entryway to this old tower that was leaning and falling down. And then Buster teleported outside.
I'm trying to find my turret.
Well, you guys were all on the first floor talking.
But
So that's where we're
no,
going to start.
I thought I was in my room.
Buster made his way up to his room. I think Lila took him to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
He went to bed.
Your turret is
He was all tucked in.
here.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
See, I can see the whole map. That's the trick. So you guys found out that it was hidden, apparently underneath this old tower. You went there to look at it. It was an old, dilapidated building in the dock ward that seemed to be falling down. But there were guards stationed inside of it, house guards, from a noble house that none of you recognized. Something crawled out of Buster's hat, snuck inside to spy on the place, and saw a woman talking to several apparent guild members about refurnishing the place or repairing it. Hang on a second. There, that's better. Now you can see me. I'm not all washed out. Yeah, so she was having a conversation about rebuilding the structure, about repairing it. She apparently somehow noticed Buster's invisible friend. You guys left immediately after that, except for Joyden, who hung behind. Joyden followed her in her carriage as she went to a house in the castle ward. Though she made a brief stop past the Godcatcher, one of the giant walking statues of Waterdeep that's been turned into an apartment complex. She stopped, sort of smiled at it, continued on, went into her house. You guys were able to identify her as Lady Esvel, I forget her last name, Rosnar, a minor noble, after talking with Rainier Neverember. You returned home, rested that evening, and then the next morning, we're having a conversation about what moves to make next, and where we left off, there was a knock on the front door. And I believe Chris was about to answer it.
Uh-oh.
Don't answer it.
You're in your...
Was I about to answer it?
You're standing right in front of it.
Well, not on purpose.
Oh. Anyway, that's where we left off. There was a knock at the front door.
And just zip. Oh,
I walk upstairs. Just like, yeah, not doing
Goodbye.
We
Is
need
it
to make an
too-
hour sign.
Yeah, what time is it right now? Like
Early in the morning. It's the next day.
can I like see the door from my little window up on the turret?
The turret is above here, above the 3rd floor. Yeah, through this window, through the south window.
Okay, can I take a peek and see whom
Yeah.
it might be?
Yeah, it's a woman you recognize because you felt like she was making eye contact with you through your invisible friend the day before.
Oh shit!
I
It's-
found you.
It's Esvel Rosnar, the woman who was in the tower that Joyden followed the previous night.
Is there any way that I can crawl out the window onto the roof?
To make an an acrobatics check?
Oh no.
This is more of a balance thing than a strength thing.
Oh,
I
and
knew
fuck.
it.
We were discussing this earlier, Danny and I. Ah!
I said it was gonna be athletics.
It's one or the other. Can you roll, hang on, 10, 20, 30, 40. Can you roll 46 for me?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
D6, not 46.
4d6.
but, bro, I 15.
Yay.
Okay, so you slide open the window and you begin to slip out. You've seen Finn do this like just the other day. He
did
just
like a cool
he
thing
just
flip.
he just flipped backwards out of the door, or the window is gone. It can't be that hard. You got to step out of the window, and as you try to squeak around to the lower roof, the tile gives way underneath your foot, and you slip and you're rocketed about 3 feet out away from the wall and plummet to the street below. You take 15 points of damage because you
Oh.
fall 40 feet and
Buster.
impact the cobblestone streets below. Which window were you trying to climb out of?
I was trying to climb out onto like the 3rd story roof.
Yeah, there's 3 windows. Which one were you trying to climb out of? This is the
Not
one
the
that
one-
faces the door. This is the one that
Uh.
faces the street, and this one faces north.
I think that the only one that had any like roof underneath it was the one facing the door, so I'm probably just sliding
No,
right.
so like you're above this part of the house.
Okay.
So you see how like there's
Oh.
that. So there's
Oh, so
it's
there's
wider.
just not a window.
Yeah,
over
so like
there.
this is the turret on the 3rd floor. This is below the turret on the 2nd floor. This is the
Oh.
1st floor. So you have the 2nd floor has roof all around you. So you could pick a window and climb out of it. There'd be roof below you.
Okay. Well, I want to do the one facing away from the door.
Okay, so you are on the street here.
Yeah.
Bam! You hit hard on your back. You feel something pop out of socket. Pain shoots through your body. Your tail is a little bit more crooked than it was before.
Ah!
It is not good. While that's going on, so you guys hear a knock on the door. You hear some like footsteps on the top floor, blah, 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 and then just a smack noise outside of on the street here, and then there's a brief pause and another knock on the door. And so, Chris, when you go over there and look out the window, you can see Buster like picking himself up off the street slowly, like oh.
Can I open the
Aw.
window and ask what's up?
Sure.
Ah!
Hey, Buster, what you doing?
And I'm gonna try to make a break for it.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh, okay. Bye.
Buster takes off running down the street.
Ouch!
Well,
Is everything okay?
Ouch!
not like I didn't expect that reaction. Go back to my bar stool.
Ouch!
There he goes.
That's the slowest making a break for it. I think I've ever
I
heard.
guess I'll open the door. Fuck my life.
Sorry, guys.
So Layla, there's another brief pause, and then somebody
Oh,
knocks.
where's
at
the
this
door?
door.
Oh,
There's several.
oh, I open the door.
Okay.
Hi, we're not open yet. What's Oh,
Oh, you're in the wrong spot there, love.
she's right there. Oh,
Yes, but that's a window. That's a door.
Okay, whatever.
Big square is a door.
No,
Okay.
we're doing a fast food thing. We have one of those opening windows. It's like
Yeah. There's that would actually
No
work.
admittance.
That would actually
Fast
work.
salad.
That would actually work because you have this row of windows right here.
yeah. you can put a
Anyway,
nice
she
line
knocks
down
on the
there.
door. You open it. Say, "Sorry, we're not open yet." And what you see is a why are there no fast food restaurants that just serve salad? I would love that. There's a youngish woman, maybe her mid to late 20s. She has a short, like bob cut black hair. She's wearing fairly light clothing because despite the fact that the weather's starting to turn a little cooler as it gets closer to fall, she is it's still fairly warm. So she's not wearing heavy petticoats and things like that. She's tall, a little taller than Layla, and broadly built, and she sort of has almost sharpish features. And she's a larger lady, and she sort of blinks and goes, Uzi just dropped out. She goes,
Oh,
"Oh, I'm Sorry, I'm not here for the restaurant. I believe we have a mutual interest.
Oh, well, come in.
I appreciate it.
Also, you're looking stunning today. My name is Layla.
She holds out her hand. Esfel.
Esfel,
And
nice to meet
she
you.
shakes her hand like a dude. She just has like a more masculine, like firmer handshake than you would expect.
My kind of woman. Come on
Is there anyone
in.
who's not?
So you invited her in, but you're still standing in front
Very
of the door.
little. Oh, I turned to the side and like, I don't know.
Okay.
Over here. Be like, we have the tap room here is open. With lots
She
of
looks
seating.
around. She goes,
Have a seat.
You must have done quite a lot of work. The last time I came by here, this place was in ruins.
Yes. Yes. This place was a disaster.
Wait,
And
last time she came, what?
By here, this place was in ruins.
I
Well,
know,
she
but that's very
says.
cryptic.
yes,
Uh,
it is.
I mean, I guess people can just like walk past on the street.
So she's sort of looking around and like she comments on like the heavy wood of the bar, and how like she likes the the look that you guys are going for. And she sort of just talks for a few moments, and then she goes,
I want to mention that yeah, old Leaf, he's still around, in spirit, and it's a bit
He's
of
still here in spirit.
she looks a little bit confused at that, like she doesn't know what that means. But,
well,
It's
he's
haunted.
previous owner, and
oh, it's haunted by the previous owner. I'm sorry, I've never actually been inside. I've
Oh.
just passed it on the street.
well, come on, I'll give you a tour of the first floor of our tap room.
Well, if you don't mind, and she looks at a bar stool, like asking for, is it okay for her to sit?
Yeah, find any place, wherever you want to sit.
She
Chris
plops-
like slaps
she-
the counter over here.
she sits down and she pulls a chair out for herself and sits in it very daintily and ladylike and says, well, no, the reason I'm here is because I believe we may have a mutual goal in mind.
Oh, mutual goal.
What?
Would you
You
like
want to open a salad bar?
to open?
She shakes her head and she says,
Do you
well,
want to
no.
sponsor our salad bar?
She shakes her head and she says, well, no. Well, your friend Layla and your big furry friend over there stole the Stone of Galore from the Castle Lanterns. I assume you used it to find the tower where the Vault of Dragons is hidden, but see, I own the tower now. I'll give you access. I simply want a cut of the treasure.
Interesting.
Chris,
She just says all this very matter of factly. Like, let me cut to the chase. Here's the stuff I know.
Wow,
Okay.
how did you find out?
Layla, is that
She
the
looks at Curtis.
invisible
She looks at Curtis and
lady?
gives you like a wink.
Oh,
That
Hmm.
what was that, Chris?
Were you
Is
the
that the
invisible
invisible
person?
lady? Yeah, that's what I was
Invisible
asking.
lady. I don't think there's any.
Yeah.
Ah, maybe.
No, remember, yeah, like there was that
Um,
invisible entity.
Oh.
Ah.
May I ask, do you know invisibility?
hey,
He's back.
invisibility like a spell. I'm not much of a magic user. No,
What are your
Um,
skills, ma'am?
I don't think it's my
She's a
skill set that's
chameleon.
interesting. I own the location for the thing that you want, and if you want to get access to it, you'll have to go through my guards and me. And I think it would be much easier if I gave you access to it for 15%.
Hmm.
15%. I have to think about this. How many people do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of sizing my numbers up. And you have how many guards? Half dozen, dozen? Let's see.
Kelrick's just gonna leave it over and say she probably has enough money to hire more.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Buster just like looking through the window. She's just sitting in a chair, Buster. You're too far away I'm talking.
I can't hear them, but I'm just kind of eavesdropping
Right.
as well as I can.
Well,
Out of
Just
character.
have your head pressed up
back.
against the glass.
Okay.
Yay! It's just kind of looking like a sad puppy.
Oh.
I got locked outside, guys. Let me in.
If you're
Um,
cool,
We got
I
an
go
awful lot
open
of
the window.
people.
she just sort of watches Chris walk by.
So you see,
Buster, you want to call me in?
yes.
are you
Come
gonna?
on in.
Well, we're gonna say
You gotta
10%
visit.
if you're not going to join us in solving these riddles.
I think we've pretty much got them solved.
I could join you on your first foray into the vault itself. I assume it's actually quite large for, we'll call it 12%,
Well,
and I accompany you.
12%.
Welcome, Buster.
I mean, do you have
Oh,
any
thank you.
useful skills that would help us get, like, track any of the...
She
Security
smiles and she goes,
Security.
"I'm very good at getting information. I think that's been proven here. I found where you live. I
Well,
know who you are.
well, to be fair, we told you where we lived. And, you know,
You never told her where you live. You never talked to this woman."
no, we gave them a
We had
flyer.
gave her a
flyer.
Oh, you did give them a flyer. That's true. She goes,
Not
okay,
exactly
and I
difficult.
forgot. I forgot, but she would say, well, perhaps then it's the fact that I'm careful with information and you're not.
True.
Potentially true.
She's got us there.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
So we're thinking. Let me discuss with my colleagues. Just give me a second, and then we'll come back. Okay, sounds good. All right,
She nods.
everybody, come to the bathroom.
Group huddle.
Can
To the
we all
bathroom.
fit in the
I don't know
bathroom?
if we can all fit.
I think we can.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
you cannot all fit in the bathroom.
There's 4 of us. That's enough.
What if we all went in the basement? We all
There's-
just go down the
Yes,
hatch.
It's literally a giant house. You could just go in the kitchen. It's a huge house.
Okay, fine.
The bathrooms were an instrument.
To the kitchen then.
Let's go in the smallest room. That's the plan. So we can be
Okay.
the closest together. Pantry,
Alright.
kitchen.
What are you guys thinking? You thinking 12%? Then we don't have to deal with guards? What are you thinking?
Yeah, getting past the guards is pretty useful.
Seems
Yeah.
fine to me.
As
Where else are we gonna find a dragon thing?
Yeah, that's gonna be a little more difficult. Maybe we can get her to, like, I don't know, help us out with that one. And I hear it's guarded by a dragon, which, you know, we might end up getting our 12% back.
Oh, dark.
I mean, a terrible way to put it, but
God.
So edgy. Are you
I'm
sure
the
you're not in
cleric.
the DC universe?
We might be getting a 12% back.
Oh god, I really am not gonna. I don't know if Soon's gonna love me anymore after this. Okay, sounds great. I'm not gonna tell her 12%. She got a deal.
Okay, what just happened? Did she want? Does she want to kill me?
I thought you were taken upstairs. How'd you get outside?
Oh,
Yeah,
let's go.
Buster's tail is crooked, of note. And he's limping.
Using.
He just kind of scoots sideways to hide his tail against the wall.
Come
Oh.
here, Buster. I'm gonna give
Okay.
him some hit points back with my healing
Aw.
hands. I'm gonna
Oh,
touch him on
thank
the.
you.
Let me touch your butt. Come here.
Okay.
just straighten his tail out.
Turns around and backs up towards you.
You poor bastard. Oh, I only got 4 of those. I better just give you a healing. Yeah. We'll just give you a little bit of this here.
Oh,
I'll give you 10.
thank you. That feels good.
Mm.
Okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me. Okay. Miss Rosnar, was it? Yeah. Okay. Quick question: are you married? And second question: do you want to go on a date? Also, yes, we accept your 12%.
She stops and goes, no. I'm glad to hear it. It means
Aw.
I don't have to call the city watch on you for breaking into the place that I own.
Ugh.
Wait, you're a castellaner? No, you're not.
Wait, no, but one of you turned invisible and broke into my tower.
He scoots backwards into the pantry.
Just
Buster.
probably that one, I guess.
Sorry, did not
Nuh-uh.
realize that we had taking advantage of your property like that.
She nods and she goes, I take it the stone, I have not been able to acquire it, but now that you have it, I take it it's told you how to get into the vault. All I know is the inscription on the door.
So, you were at the Castellaners party, weren't you?
She just stares at you blankly.
Can I insight check it?
You most certainly can.
Awesome. Wait, did I take that spell off? Hold on. There we go. Insight check. Come on, 19.
She's very good at a lot of things. Lying is really not one of them. 12. Drop down to the secret room for me.
Secret. We have some secrets. Hold
You-
on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you think so? She flinches just a little, almost imperceptibly. She flinches. But more than that, you get the sense that like she doesn't want to give away the fact that she's good at certain things. Like she's trying to play her cards very close to her chest and not let you guys know what her actual skill set or abilities are.
Okay.
Cool. That's it.
Okay. Well, I take it you're gonna be quiet on that one. That's okay. I don't need to know all of your details. However, you know, if we're going to be working together, I would like you to know my skill sets so that, you know, if you need them while we're doing this thing, you'll be well informed for the planning. You see, I'm a cleric. Soon, if the outfit could not tell you more. We have a friend here. He's more of the I gesture over at Curtis. He's a singing and dancing type.
How would you like to be in a play?
She
And
turns
just
her.
kind of sizing her up.
She cocks her head to the side, confused.
We're gonna need some help with this. No, like for real. And then we got this guy who's like big strong boy. He knows some interesting things. Some of which I don't understand, but yes. I'm guessing Kelric is very quiet.
Oh yeah.
We
He's kind of got like that half head cock, like.
Chris wins a lot of arm wrestling tournaments.
Yep, that's my claim to fame.
Yep, she is quite renowned in certain circles. Buster
I don't exist.
doesn't exist. And we have a Joyden somewhere, but good luck finding her.
Yeah, she's so invisible, even the players can't see her.
Yeah.
That's my rundown. So if you would like to, you know, since you're offering your skills, if you have anything you'd like to say about yourself, I mean, you know, welcome to the team.
She turns her head to the side. No, I'm not much of an adventurer. I'll be standing in the back.
Okay, well, you seem pretty strong, so.
She
I'll
shrugs.
be the judge
Mostly
of
I
that.
know things.
Okay. Me too. I give her that wink, and I'm like, all right, I'll keep your secret.
Right. Well, then I will see you at the tower. I suppose I don't know what opens the doors. I simply know the inscription on it.
Oh, what's it say?
The 3 keys bring them forth.
Oh.
Written in Dwarvish, Old Dwarvish.
Well,
That's
this is the
very
part where it might be
cryptic.
interesting for you. Chris,
Yes?
jump ahead. Give her the lowdown on what the part we need her for.
Oh. So we gotta perform a dwarvish play. That's one of the keys. And I think we
you
need
might not
some,
want to tell her everything right off the bat, because
some
if you tell her
talent.
that she can just go and do it.
No, well, I didn't tell her which dwarvish play.
She rolls her eyes and she says, "We have entered into a business arrangement. I won't back out of it or do anything to infringe upon that.
Plus, I
You
mean,
can
like,
put it in writing if it makes you more comfortable."
she probably won't be able to get in there all by herself.
Also,
So,
like the idea crosses several of your minds of her trying to perform a play that involves a cast of like 3 to 5 people by herself.
I
And it's
would
not
just
that
like
she
to
couldn't
throw
do
out
it.
that money solves all problems, buddy.
It just no. It's not that she couldn't do it. It's just a comical idea.
yeah.
I think that would be like Oscar worthy, actually.
Yeah, if
Especially
you
if
can
there's
pull it
duets.
off. But I don't think we need to perform it well. I think we just need to perform it adequately.
Like pub worthy.
C
Mhm.
plus. Or
Yeah.
C-
It's usually performed in bars. So yeah, pub worthy. I think my headset just went dead.
Nope, I can still
We
hear
can
you.
hear.
Oh,
We can
weird.
hear you.
Okay. So she's sitting there waiting patiently.
For what? What's
We
she
got the
waiting for?
keys. You may leave. We'll jump in and we'll let you know whenever we get there.
Oh,
Because
Well,
there's
I'm
a
not
couple
going
of.
to sit around idly and wait for you to collect the keys and bring them to me. I'd like to set an appointment.
oh, okay. That's
Oh,
probably a good idea.
Alright. Well, one of the keys is going to be quite tricky to get.
I might be able to speed along the process if you'll trust me enough to tell me what they are.
Do we trust her? Oh, I don't exist.
You're like
Buster.
sticking your head out of the pantry, and she sort of blinks at Buster, and then shakes her head and looks back toward the 4 of you that are still in the room there.
Which one do you guys think would be the most difficult for us to do without
The
spending a
dragon.
lot of money?
Yeah, I agree. As the
Yeah,
dungeon
that one.
master,
Okay, probably that one.
potions of water breathing are very expensive.
Yeah, okay. So, we're gonna need what was it, bronze?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you can just tell her that we need to go under the ocean for a while. We
Yeah.
gotta
Ocean
go collect a key from the bay.
We kind of do have better rapport with that one, right?
Was that? I thought that dragon was an electric. I mean,
I mean, are you guys gonna have this conversation in front?
well, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm quiet because I'm not even there anymore.
Yeah, Jordan ran away. Goodbye.
I think that bronze dragons are electric.
I think he spits lightning. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to look. I don't remember.
There's probably more than just the one.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, we could go find another bronze dragon, I guess.
Oh no, I'm saying
Or-
that one does not necessarily have to have a live dragon to get a hold of a dragon scale.
No, yeah, I was just gonna go
One does
ask him
not
for like a
simply-
scale.
Get a dragon scale.
I just wanted like one. I wasn't gonna like bring him with us.
Might be able to buy one in a shop, but I doubt it.
That's more what I was going for.
Oh, but I want to visit my friend.
It's
Hmm.
probably a lot cheaper to buy one dragon scale than it is to buy how many potions of water breathing?
You don't know that.
I said probably.
So far, you've just told her that you need to go under the water, right?
Yes.
I mean, unless we change our minds, I guess. I guess we could shop around.
Well, I mean that's
Or we.
you wouldn't be able to have this conversation you're having it like in front of her without her knowing things. So
Yeah.
my question is, what are you actually telling her?
Well, Chris would have told her that we need to go underwater in the bay.
She nods and she goes, potions of water breathing are quite expensive. And then she stops and thinks and goes, I do have an alternative.
Yeah.
Hmm?
She
Got
nods
some
and she goes,
gillyweed?
no,
Oh.
I have a friend, Grinda. She's something of a mage, and she has it's sort of a giant mechanical thing
Ooh.
that
What,
she
like a
uses
big
to.
old diving bell or something?
She shrugs. Something of the nature. You may have to speak with her, but you may be able to convince her to loan it to you. I could arrange a meeting. but I can't make any
Hmm.
guarantees.
That sounds cool.
Okay, well, we can try that. See if we can borrow it. If not, we're gonna be, I guess, looking for another way.
We will be BROKE.
I don't.
She nods and she goes, well, Grinda, she uses this thing to delve into the depths of the bay and search for sunken bits and bobs. You may be able to convince her to loan it to you.
Worth a shot. What do you guys think? You wanna try?
That
Nods.
sounds excellent.
Yes.
How soon can we meet her?
I'll send a courier today. She lives in the dock ward. Probably tomorrow.
All right,
What?
Curtis, you got to put on that
Tomorrow.
hot
she
bard
said.
charm.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like everything's starting in motion already.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk to her, try to convince her to get that thing that lets us go under the water.
She gives
Oh,
you.
oh, later. I see.
She
Yeah.
gives you the address for this place. And the group of you pretty quickly realize that it's in it's an area of the dock ward called the Mist Shore, which is literally one of the docks. People just started building houses on it. And it's probably the worst, like as far as like living conditions, the worst part of the dock ward.
Oh, so it's
Cool.
not like a suburbia.
Nah.
No, it's a shithole.
Damn.
It's like a tent city built on one of the old like unused docks in the dock ward. The other keys. One is apparently a play. The other one, the bay somewhere. The third, were you require any assistance with that?
I don't even remember what the third one is.
A shapeshifter.
Oh, I think we got one of those.
You're muted.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
Chris is right. I think we got one of those.
yeah.
She nods. Very well then. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to today. I look quite forward to exploring the Vault of Dragons with you, and hopefully we will all become wildly rich.
The Vault of Dragons.
Cool.
She looks at you a little confused and nods. Yes, you don't think that Daggle Neverember built a giant vault under the city, did you? We found one that was there already.
Yeah. Well,
There could be other treasure there. Who knows?
there could be
Hmm.
dragons in there. That's what I'm worried about.
There'd be dragons.
She cocks her head to the side. She goes, it was made by dwarves, so who knows? Dragons live a long time. Well, that's what you hire adventurers for. If you'll excuse me. She stands up and like straightens her skirts, and then I'll see myself out. And
Bye.
Walks
Come
out.
back for our grand opening. Later. Get me salad and booze.
Mmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till like she's really gone, like super gone,
okay,
and then I'm gonna be like, she's totally in the Castellaners house.
Oh, okay.
I thought she wanted my rock. Oh, thank God.
She does.
Uh-oh.
She just
I
can't
peek
have
my
it.
head out to make sure that nobody else is in the house. Are they gone?
make a perception check.
Uh,
You don't
11.
see anybody else.
Oh. All right, I come downstairs. What was that about? Like, who was here?
That lady that you tailed showed up here to
Oh my gosh!
offer us an opportunity to
Not
go
get the
in
guard
her
called on us for
tower.
stealing a stupid
Yeah.
rock that she wanted to steal because she was at the Castellaners trying to steal the rock when we did.
Well, she said she was gonna call the guard on us for breaking into her tower.
Yeah, well, she.
Well, we did leave a calling card, just like, yeah, come and visit us at the Severed Head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you
Like to do.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I can trailer again. I didn't want to be in her in anybody's sight. You know, somebody would recognize me in the street.
Yeah. There's not really a point, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We kind of know where she
Seems like
lives.
she's willing to work with us.
At least as far as getting the thing open, and then she'll probably try to kill us. That's
You don't know that.
just how those types work.
That's just how
don't
this
know
works. It's just always what happens.
It's
Yep.
like we'll open the vault, and then she'll have the guards arrest us, and then we'll be fucked.
Is detect alignment still a spell?
Wait a second.
No, dear.
It was in earlier editions of D&D, but I don't.
Can't you
Uh.
detect good and evil or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
I have
Spell.
detect good and evil,
Oh,
But it-
yep.
but it only does like celestial, aberration, elemental, fey, or fiend, or undead.
Oh,
It doesn't
well,
like
that
tell
narrows
you.
it down.
It doesn't tell you alignment.
No.
I think we had this problem with Cassie because Cassie couldn't tell alignment. I mean, you could insight check alignment, I guess.
Okay. Nope, it's not around anymore. No, you could do like stuff to read people's thoughts and stuff, but detect alignment is no.
Hmm.
I think that's a clue. I think Chase is giving us a hint.
No, I mean I do
Yeah.
often give you guys hints. If that, I was going to say that you could cast detect alignment and find out if she's good or evil, but it's not a spell anymore, so it's not a thing you can do.
But you said I could do something else.
You could read if you have the spell that lets you read minds.
What's that spell called?
There's detect thought.
Detect thoughts, yeah.
What level is that?
I don't know if clerics get that though. Buster should be able to use it
Yeah.
someday.
You mean a giant boulder?
It's divination.
It is a second level
Divination
spell.
spell.
It is available to bard, sorcerer, and wizard.
Well, shit.
Boulder villain.
Mhm.
I do have a rock. I don't think it's that big though.
I got a rock.
I got a rock.
Anyway, I was trying to help, but nobody has access to those spells, so.
That's okay.
Well, maybe Curtis does.
She's a villain. Maybe Curtis does.
I have Zone of Truth, and that's it.
Oh.
Well, let's see. I've got
That- I mean,
prestidigitation.
Zone of Truth would force her to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Assuming she didn't,
So
Go
we
with
just
it.
ask if she's gonna like fuck us over, and then it would say that.
Yeah, the only things I got are like friends, mask of many faces, double sight, chill touch, prestidigitation, command. No.
Command. You could also command her to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
That could work.
Or command her to stop lying.
I mean, obviously, there might be repercussions if she were to succeed, and even if she fails, she might be pissed off. But I'm just listing the potential options.
Ah,
Hmm.
well, I think you're saying that she's a liar.
No,
Probably.
he's just saying that we should trust her as far as we can throw her.
Okay.
Well, she's pretty stout, so.
So not far.
So not far. A handshake. Wow.
Very hearty handshake.
So about the three keys to get into the place, so we're going to get one of them from her, from not the dragon, but wait, actually we'll go to the submarine, and then I guess we'll use Kelric for the shape shifting, maybe. But what if it doesn't work? What if like it doesn't work, and then we're in front of her and it's like, hey, just go back and we'll find a way. And she brings her own shapeshifter. Although, tell her that.
Ah.
Calric is not a shapeshifter.
I can shift my shape, but I am
He
not a
is-
shapeshifter.
It's a magical ability that Calric has. It's not a natural thing that his entire race can.
Mm.
By a shapeshifter, you would need like a were creature or a creature like a doppelganger, something that has a natural.
Something like a doppelganger.
Oh fuck.
So maybe we should hit up the yawning portal and see if Bonnie wants in.
Are you sure it was Bonnie?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. McDemon.
We're just promising money to everyone.
Oh yeah, we've got lots of money.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
you don't have to promise her like a lot.
You can also threaten her. Just be like, we'll tell the entire
No.
town who you are.
Well, we want
Be
them
nice
to come
to
with us
Bonnie.
willingly.
We just let's
so
just
they'll eat the salad.
let's
Bonnie's
just
our friend.
I will point
They
out.
tried to murder us.
I will point out.
Yeah.
You guys should think about if Bonnie is a shapeshifter. You should think about the last time you fought before you start throwing threats at one.
No, I just like the idea that, hey, we'll give you a 10% discount at the salad bar every time you
No, I think that'll work.
or we offer her 500 gold to
You gotta-
show up.
I, you know, the one thing that you should worry about, or we should worry about, is that whoever we're going to pick for the last door of shapeshifting is going to see exactly what's behind door number. So, yeah.
True. They have to actually go.
They have to be trustworthy.
Yep. We have to
Hmm.
promise them what's behind it, and or at least emphasize.
I like a cut. I mean, we're not gonna ask Bonnie to come in the vault with us. I don't think. Like, we don't have to pay her that much. Just pay her to come stand in front of the
Ma-
whatever it is that judges whether she's a shapeshifter or not.
Yeah, so maybe we just like I don't know, use her first, and then we'll do the next two things after her, and then she can leave before it opens.
I don't know. Or we can
Can
just
we-
pay her like 100 gold or something
Can we?
to forget about it.
I think what we should probably do is ask Mrs. Esveli, what if the doors are all like next to each other, if we have to do door number one before door number two.
Can we see the door first?
God.
I think it's just the one door though.
One
Just-
door, 3 keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you got a bunch of locks on one door.
Ah.
Be
So what I'm
secure.
hearing is that we have to have a shapeshifter holding a bronze dragon scale do a bad dwarven play all by herself.
I don't think so.
I think that's the.
I think not, maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, actually, that would make sense. Shapeshifting, changing all to all 5 characters while
Oh,
holding a dragon
shit.
scale the whole time.
What if
Hell
that's how you
yeah.
have to do it? Oh god, that'd be complicated. Okay.
So,
Wait, I have a question. How did he plan to get back in?
who?
'Cause
Whom?
he didn't hit the treasure.
I mean, he probably has all those things.
Who just has a shapeshifter?
I mean, yeah, no.
Rich people.
Yeah,
Rich
Yeah.
people.
You don't know me. You know my life.
He's probably got like enough money to just like look up in the phone book a shapeshifter and be like, hey, come to my vault, I'll give you 20 gold.
The phone book.
Ye oldie phone book.
Yeah, the yellow pages.
The doppelganger pages.
Book jaundice.
You know who has doppelgangers on command like that? Yeah, like you
Who?
said, retrieve. The Calasters. Calasters?
Castle
Collapse.
Lanters.
Castellanters.
Yeah, those
Those
guys.
assholes, yes.
You're right. They do.
I don't think they'd be happy hearing back from us that we stole their rock, though.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. I'm just throwing that out
If
there.
they know we stole it, they might not.
Not yet, but that chick definitely was there.
Yep, so she could rat us out.
She could.
Hmm.
Be like, so Castellaners, these blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So she can. Anyway, we gotta make sure how trustworthy she is. Yes.
All right, that's settled. I'm going to tail her a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Make sure she doesn't see you.
Yeah, she seems pretty perceptive.
Yeah, she does.
Well, I think I'm very stealthy. At least more than average bear. So I'm going to go ahead and go and try to go to her place.
She's gonna head to her house and follow her around for the rest of the
Yeah, for a good amount of the day.
Yeah,
Can
why
we
not?
just ask the rock if there's a shapeshifter for hire?
Make a stealth check.
And shit.
Why can't we just ask Bonnie? I feel like it would be easier to ask someone we know.
We could offer to do a favor in return.
Shape shifting favor.
Or we could just pay her.
Or we
I'm
could
not
just pay her.
I'm not above not paying. I mean, paying her. Paying her sounds good.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
got a 10. This is
Wow,
great.
good.
You're not real stealthy, sir.
Okay.
Madam.
Yep, you're not the world's stealthiest individual, but you are out of the house and sneaking around, following her. I'll let you know what she does with the rest of her day when we do next.
Hmm.
Ah.
The rest of you may continue your debates.
As one does.
So we could
So in
offer her.
conclusion,
Yeah, we could offer her like a small amount of money, or we can offer her like a smaller percentage.
Nah, I think a small amount of money. I don't want to have to do all the math when we actually
Yeah.
have to do all the percentages and things.
Okay.
what's your tip? 18% or 12% or
The
yeah,
minimum is 20.
the minimum is 20. Yeah.
Shit. Well, we always tip her when we're at the yawning portal, so I'm thinking we could take a little bit off the top there. Just kidding. I don't know. Like, maybe we
Salad
need-
favors.
maybe we need to do some research on how much money we think is in there.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
It might be like
we can probably ask the Rock. The Rock probably knows like what kind of stuff is in there.
I bet.
Oh, you're right. Is the rock awake? Oh, I shouldn't ask the rock that.
The rock.
Monster, no.
It's the next day, so if you want to ponder 3 questions to the rock, you're.
If the first question is, "Are you awake?" I will laugh my ass off.
I wish I could do like a really good Dwayne the Rock Johnson impersonation.
Let me
If you
ask.
smell what the rock.
Ah.
The Rock's eyebrow goes way up. On its one eye that's carved. Yeah, you're welcome to question the Rock if.
Hello, Rock. Question number 1. How much treasure is behind the door with 3 keys?
If you are referring to the treasure Dagalt Ember, he embezzled roughly 5,000 gold pieces from the city of Waterdeep, though or maybe stored in the vault that is not known to me.
Only 5,000?
500,000.
Oh, okay.
I heard 5,000 as well.
5,000 too, and I was like, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, for
Yeah.
5,000, I think we might just give this rock to that chick and tell her to go on.
Yeah.
500,000.
Oh, okay.
I was afraid it was gonna be like a treasure island thing where they're like 1 gold piece and tear us limb from limb.
No.
Gotta divide it up.
Yeah.
Let's take a
with a
5-minute
bunch
break.
of
I'm gonna take the dog.
cobbler. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get some
Alright,
chips.
break time.